Yorofo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia onankasa ni campaign manager anase ni campaign team member pana na nwache no arewosem kese pana atu Yorofo den ekoso a sa arewosem na atu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia onankasa ni nua bema a we ni campaign member moamuni Yorofo we fe ni Kofi Bentil den asem na atu no Yorofo mamefa nchemu nyina mbremu Kofi Bentil no kwakopie mu ewo TV so a discussion kesi ekoso ena otu mfutru egu Ghana fu nyini say Ghana has seen about 80% of gold purchases na gold board for gold now gold board for omoto tofi license and I say bia minus for hono dudu na 80% from unlicensed and as illegal small scale miners. Kofi Bentil Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia onankasa ni campaign team member ena wakokoti na TV so a okeka nsema enya nokre oni fact bia at the back end point prako pe ena same jemfi offer phone ena ofre e wo show nim na okache Kofi Bentil say sa asem wo ya Kofi Bentil waka ne de eni kwan say ye de ne ho che ne kra ye wo say ye de ne fam na kwan so because alternative so national television so and all spell false news e de che Ghana phone na Inti Sami Jemfi, the CEO of Gold Board, Nankasa, Sami Jemfi Nankasa, and our phone, our friend, our show, Nasi, and our catcher or Mose, and some of Kofi Bentil, or Cassani, and some of the two about Johnny Nano, falsehood. No crap, I could create him, Esan say, or ye, Jumama, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and people phone, or better Nasi, and all can some or pay, and Sami Jemfi. Or the Kofi Bentil in the right position, just say, or the facts and figures ni na dia babe to baby a gold board for omoto mu gold any it share ko gold ni na msisi ano omose omode mrabi ba obetumi about traceability say na be obe make sure say gold no mbeto ewo abontini nyina from licensed small scale miners so for umenko the enko ti reply kesi a Sami Jemfi or the mark Kofi Bentil a oye ejuma and the Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and MVP the embrace Ghanatube so
quickly the CEO of Gold Board no, he hasn't spoken on this. No, the CEO of Gold Board Sami Jemfi is on the telephone right now. There was a particular statement which was made which I in fact queried and asked questions of the specific. Yes, he's on the telephone right now. Mr. Jemfi, can you hear us? Hello?
I can hear you, Alfred.
Yes. There's a quick intervention that you're saying specific about where you are buying the gold from, Gold Board. Where are you buying the gold from?
Yeah, Alfred, thank you, and a very good morning to your esteemed panelists and your cherished viewers across the world. My attention has been drawn to a false statement that one of your panelists, specifically Mr. Kofi Bentil, has made about the sources of gold purchases of the Ghana Gold Board. I understand that he stated categorically that about 85% of small-scale miners in the country are Galamseyers, and therefore 85% of the gold being purchased by Gold Board by inference is coming from Galamseyers. I want to put on record that that statement is totally false. Mr. Bentil should not be allowed to get away with such falsehood on a very important platform such as Key Points on TV3. For the records, Gold Board is a creature of law. The Ghana Gold Board was established under Act 1140 passed by Parliament in 2025. That law provides for how and where Gold Board must buy gold. And if you read it, you will find out that Gold Board by law is mandated to only buy gold from licensed miners. We buy gold, and Mr. Kenashibe, who is the head of the Chamber of Mines, will attest to you that there are about 7 large-scale mining companies in Ghana that Gold Board currently buys 20% of their gold. I'm talking about large-scale mining companies. and we buy this gold to shore up our gold reserves. Number two, when it comes to small-scale miners, the law requires the gold board to buy gold or the gold produced by licensed small-scale miners. Now, there are over 2,000 licensed small-scale miners in the country, and that is the primary source of all small-scale gold purchases of the gold board. So the gold board, by law and by policy, does not deal with illegal miners. We deal with licensed small-scale miners through the Ghana National Association of Small-Scale Miners and the Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association. Now, this is a novelty. This has never happened in the history of Ghana, because since Ghana started producing gold, there has not been any legal and institutional framework that ensures that gold is purchased from licensed miners. So hitherto, you have individual licensees of the PMMC and or the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources buying gold from everybody, irrespective of the source. Then came 2022, when Kofi Bentel's friend, his political mentor, Bawumia, introduced the gold for oil and gold for forex program. I didn't hear Kofi Bentel ask Bawumia and the Bank of Ghana then where they were buying gold from for their gold for oil and gold for forex program. When we decided as a government and as a nation to go into gold purchases, created that legal and institutional framework that mandates us to only buy from licensed miners. Now, to enforce this legal injunction, the president has directed us to do what is provided for under Section 31F of the Gold Board Law, which is to establish a full value chain track and trace system. And the process has started, and we have already given timelines that by first quarter of next year, we will have a track and trace system, which has never happened since Ghana became Ghana. And this system will allow us to trace every gram of gold produced in Ghana and purchased by the gold board to its origin mine. So Kofi Bentel lied on your show when he said that the gold board gets 85% of its gold from illegal miners. It is not true. So we get our gold from the over 2,000 licensed miners in Ghana.
Right.
Now, we as a corporate, let me explain something to you, Alfred.
Quickly.
We as a corporate entity do not buy gold directly. We buy it from private licensees, like if it is in the Kuku area.
Right.
So it is possible that a private licensee of the gold board, licensed buying agent of the gold board, despite the legal requirements of them buying from only licensed small-scale miners, it is possible that you may get some of them breaching this legal provision. That is why we are introducing the track and trace system the president has been talking about, so that we can fish them out, we can segregate the gold, and we can ensure total compliance with this. So you shouldn't sit there and talk about things he doesn't know. Where did you get that figure 85% from?
Okay, so since you said your attention was drawn to it, a couple of things. I then would assume that you weren't watching at the time. When he made that statement, yes, I raised queries about that. But then you make a point about you don't buy gold directly from the miners, and that there is a possibility that the licensed gold buyers that you engage would breach the law that mandates that gold board buys the gold from only licensed small-scale miners. There's that possibility that they may have bought from illegal small-scale miners that you are not directly aware of and you are not directly engaging. So that's a challenge. So,
my brother, are you aware of any perfect system anywhere in the world? You cannot have a perfect system anywhere in the world. We are saying that, first of all, understand how gold is bought.
Yeah.
Gold is bought in buying offices in district capitals and regional capitals and various towns across the country. Gold is not bought from mining sites. Okay? So when an individual buyer is sitting in his office in Koforidua and somebody brings nuggets of gold or gold in the form of a powder individual Ghanaian may not have the technology to detect whether that seller is a licensed miner or not. And it is the responsibility of government to put in place the system that will ensure that that buyer is able to trace the source of that gold. I am saying that Kofi Bentle's friends were in power for 8 years. They started gold purchases under gold for oil and gold for forex. They did not introduce any such system.
Okay.
We, in less than 9 months, are introducing that system that will allow these individual licensed buyers of the gold board buying gold for us to be able to detect the sources of the gold and buy.
So the traceability is what you are introducing.
Any objective person, Alfred, will comment. And you will not come and say they're throwing figures around.
So the traceability...
5% of small-scale miners are guaranteed. What is the source of that?
So the traceability is what you are putting in place now to identify this and address the challenge.
Nobody, did we ever have a conversation about traceability when Kofi Bentle's mentor Bawumia was vice president and he was doing good for oil and good for forex? No, because they were buying gold without any proper institutional and legal framework. That is different from what is happening now under President Mahama. And he has given clear directives, and we are almost done with this track and trace system. But even in the absence of the track and trace system, go to our website. The terms and conditions of our licenses are clear. We don't buy gold from illegal miners, and we don't deal with illegal miners. We rather, at the time NIMOS was facing challenges with resources, we rather are giving financial and logistical support to NIMOS to go and fight illegal miners. Why will we do that? Can the kingdom divided among itself stand? And then you don't have any evidence, you don't have any data. You come and sit on national television and you throw a figure, which is a figment of your own imagination out there, that 85% of gold bought goods comes from illegal miners. You should stop that propaganda.
Right. So that, Sami, it's the points that you make about the traceability is the next phase of the conversation in dealing with this challenge. That's what you have identified.
First of all,
as well.
I want Mr. Ghanatube, who is a key partner of the gold board there, and who currently is working on that.
Is seated hold on. Yes, he
cooperates the point that you are making on the development of model LBMA certified model mines and refinery and all that, to educate Kofi Bentle that gold board buys large-scale mining gold. Okay. That's number one. Number two, gold board buys a small-scale gold by law from licensed small-scale miners. But we are not hypocrites. So we know that there are over 700 licensed buyers of the gold board who are scattered across the length and breadth of Ghana. Some of them may, at some points, be doing the wrong thing.
Okay.
And we want to be able to check them and make sure that they buy gold for us only from licensed miners.
All right.
That is why in record time, we are doing something which has never been done since the days of God's.
Okay.
And you think that we rather deserve criticism and not your friends, Bawumia and Akufo-Addo, who were in power for 8 years, doing gold for oil and gold for forex, without any traceability system, without any law, without any legal or institutional framework.
Engineer Dr. Ghanatube, you reference is seated here. On the engagement of the large scale that's companies in doing the so Sami, thank you very much.
And you see, I know that my brother and Minister for Government Communication is
there. So here,
and he will do justice
some of the issues that you
to the issue you are discussing. So I only came in to respond
make this
to
intervention.
The issue, the allegation about gold board buying 80% of his goods from Galamsey.
Okay.
As for the issues about illegal mining, my good brother and Minister of Government Communication is there, and I know he will do justice.
Duly noted.
Yes.
Engineer, so just what kind of arrangement is just
so
a brief
again,
one?
so the some of the large scale miners sell their gold also to the gold board, and
Orofo buti nsemna Sami Jemfi de beto abontin o se nsemna Dr. Mahmood Bawumia na danfo eti ho na okeka no ye Kofi Bentle's keka na de eye nsemhunu ehuruduhura da sem no oka no ose Dr. Mahmood Bawumia na do dan kwa for don bet na so 8 years no mo ye good for oil ne then good for then no there was nothing like traceability system no anu so mo to ngo ni keke but John Dramani Mahama ni NDC for be ne omo de nhihye kese pan na betu akondwemu a yese bibia ebekoyi ade ama mo tinye ma sisi an me good na se bese me ton a nipa na me kwakoton ama no wose me make sure say wose me hu says a particular person that make a man a licensed small scale or a licensed small scale miner. Send a bear in case of anything on which me trees in order for we and then she can see a John Dramani Mahama or the bar through the CEO of Air Gold Board, Samiji Fiankasa, and I just somebody sign some winina and then she share winina to a kundimwa, Bibia Eko ye kama, Samiji Fiaba Bontin, Ababe dispute the fact say you could be bent to old trantro or national television sort of for we. Any breaking news about 2 jams within in bro Ghanatube if you like it. Now subscribe no share no notification board so my send bear bring your bibia drop content say wo when you temper watch me tell for aha and I made in same na be see Ghanatube so makramu nyina medamu nyina sibibre.